Today on HandyDadTV, I'm going to give you a head-to-head comparison of 3 brands of permanent outdoor lights. On the left side, we have the GOVEE Pro. GOVEE is the innovator in this style of light, and they are the benchmark to which all others are compared. Then we've got LUMARY and we've got EUFY. I'm going to put them all side by side. I'm going to give you all the facts and figures and let you decide which one you think is the best value. Coming up. Thanks to LUMARY for sponsoring today's video and providing me with these lights, but they are not reviewing this content and my opinions are my own. But in fact, I'm not going to give you my opinion. I'm just going to give you the facts and the figures and let you decide which one you think is the best value. Taking a closer look at the 3 pucks, you can see we'll start with the GOVEE Pro. This is the smallest puck out of all of them. It has an RGB chip in the middle and it is surrounded by 3 orange LEDs. Those are actually the warm white, and then the yellower ones are the daylight LEDs. Moving to the LUMARY, you can see the RGB is very tight in the middle, and there is an orange LED on the left. That is the warm white, and the daylight is the yellow one on the side. So you can see that's in one compact, nice little chip there, and that's why it produces such a very sharp beam angle. And this one, the EUFY, you can see has the RGB chip off to the side, and the other side has the daylight and warm white LEDs in it as well. And you can see the EUFY also has a bit of a diffuser underneath it as well. The LUMARY is the only one that does not use a diffuser. You can see that chip very clearly through the lens, and that again is what produces a sharp beam angle. Alright, setting them up side by side, you can see that the EUFY and the GOVEE Pros are about 20 inches apart, and you get 90 lights over 150 feet, whereas the LUMARY are about 16.5 inches apart, and you get 120 lights over that 150 feet. Now, as far as installation method, the GOVEE Pro have 3M VHB tape on the back. You basically peel and stick this after cleaning the surface. It's not very thick and it doesn't have a lot of cushion, and it's really meant for smooth surfaces, so it's not going to stick to stucco or anything like that. The other thing they do is they always provide physical clips that you're supposed to put on next to the pucks, and these also have foam tape here and very small screws that go in through here to physically attach, because if you just trust the tape alone, they will definitely come down within a year. Between the temperature differences of, extreme heat or cold, the VHB will not stick permanently in an outdoor situation. So it is best to always use a physical clip, otherwise you will be going back up the ladder to put them up again. EUFY took a slightly different spin on the way that they install. They have VHB tape, as you can see here, which is the same as the GOVEE Pro, but they put an attachment right on the puck itself. So you drive a screw in here, which is good because you don't have to fumble with a separate clip. But on the other hand, if you're dealing with soffit, vinyl soffit or something like that, that has irregularities in it, this hole might not line up where you would want it to be. So actually having a separate clip like they have with the GOVEE Pro might be advantageous. EUFY took a completely different approach. They have the biggest pucks out of all of these. Their foam back here is PE foam. This is polyethylene foam, which has more cushion and more give to it, but it is not as high of an adhesion as the VHB tape used on the others. However, this has a sliding back on it. And what you do is after you stick this up, you slide the light off and you drive a screw through here. And then you slide the light back on and it will be permanently held there. But in addition, now just like with the EUFY, this hole may not line up where you want it. So, and you can't necessarily choose, you don't want to actually vary the distance between the lights, you want them to be nice and tight. So they give you the same type of a GOVEE clip as well that you can put over the wires. So your choice, you can just use this screw or you can use those screws plus the wires, the wire clips as well. The three power supplies are very similar. They are all IP67 waterproof. They are all running on 36 volts, and they all support input voltage of 100 to 240 volts. The GOVEE is 3 amps, the LUMARY is 2.6 amps, and the EUFY is 2 amps. One slight difference is you can see that the power supplies on the EUFY and LUMARY include mounting points right on the power supply. So you could very easily attach this to your soffit or something like that. The GOVEE does not have any mounting points. You would have to use external clips to hold the wires in place. Here's a close-up of these three different controllers. The GOVEE has a single power button on it. The LUMARY also a single power button on it. It's a little bit thicker than the GOVEE, as you can see here. The only attachment on the GOVEE is a 3M peel and stick. LUMARY has no way of attaching it other than using clips. And the EUFY is the smallest of all of them, still just a single button on here, and no way to attach it other than through the wires as well. All right, here you can see the plug ends on them. The GOVEE appears to be different. The other two look like they have the same standard, and you can tell the wires are pretty much identical between the EUFY and the LUMARY. But of course the GOVEE Pro uses a different standard on wires. It takes a thinner wire. Now they are all 3 conductor. 2 of them are for voltage and 1 of them is for data. And that's the reason why the controller is at one end of the string and goes all the way through. That's what sends the signal to each one of these lights to tell it what color to be. The benefit of the GOVEE Pros is that these are all in a nice smaller wire, which number 1 is less visible on your house, but number 2, it comes with a kit that enables you to cut the wires and splice them. You can see this is a splicing kit here. When you cut these wires and strip them, you would have a red, blue, and yellow wire, and you just connect them right here. And that enables you to, if you're going across the top of your house and you have too many, you can cut the ends of the string off and put this on the end and then run an extension cord to the next section of your house. So this is a unique feature of the GOVEE Pros that the other 2 do not have. And one unique feature that LUMARY has that the others do not have is a remote control. The others are only app controlled or voice controlled. Now, although LUMARY and EUFY have these same wiring, which is 3 wires, they don't come with splicing kits like the GOVEE Pro does, but they are cuttable if you need to. You just would have to do it on your own, and it is not supported by the company, which means if you ruin them, you're on your own. While I give you a taste of the app here, let me give you some specs on each of the brands. So the first here is GOVEE Pro. They are reported to be 50 lumens and rated for 50,000 hours of life. They can do white colors from 2700K to 6500K. They come with a 3-year warranty. They're the only ones that are cuttable, and they support a maximum of 200 feet on a single controller. That's the longest out of all 3 of these. Now, I'm comparing 150-foot sets here, and so you'd get 90 lights with that set. And as of October 12th, 2024, it is selling for $550 on Amazon. Now, this is the EUFY E22. It's reported to be 90 lumens, but I'll show you the side-by-side comparison, and I just don't see it. It is rated for 55,000 hours, and says that it can do white colors from 1500K to 9000K. I couldn't find any warranty information on the website or on the box. It supports a maximum of 9 strings for 150 feet, which would be 90 lights, same as the GOVEE Pro. Now the price for the EUFY, it either comes in 100-foot or 50-foot kits. So if you get the 100-foot kit, it costs $300 and around $150 for a 50-foot extension kit. One of the things I really like about EUFY's app is that it shows like a little diagram here that shows what this scene will look like on your house. I think that's pretty cool. It's the only one that does that. Now this is the LUMARY EVE Lights Max that I'm using. These are reported to be 60 lumens per light. They're rated for 15,000 hours and can do white colors from 2200K to 6500K. They come with a 1-year warranty. They support a maximum of 158 feet, which would give you 120 lights. The list price on this is $650, but right now there is an Amazon coupon for 120 off, brings it down to $530. All right, here you see the LUMARY, the GOVEE Pro, and the EUFY all next to each other. And I'm doing this test so that you can see the sharpness of the cone. It is not a completely dark room, but it is also not a bright room. And here you can see them all red, and there's all blue, and this is all green. This is the warmest white that they can all produce. And here you can see this is the coolest white they all produce. Now here they are all set to their middle white. And the reason why I did this is so that both of the white LEDs are lit up. And you can see on the EUFY, you can definitely see that they merge very well together. You can't tell the difference between them. I guess that's because of the diffuser. And literally the same thing with the GOVEE Pro. Now with the LUMARY, you can see there is a slight halo. Watch, I'll take it from all daylight, all warm white, and then put it in the middle. And you can see how that extra chip, the extra LED there, starts lighting up, and you can see that halo. And that's just because of the placement of the chip. Now realistically, I don't know how that's going to bother you. I think most people are either going to be warm white fans or they're going to be daylight fans. So I don't know that many people that actually try to find something in the middle, but you never know. And if you do, this could be something that you want to consider. Now with them all on cool white, you can see the sharpness. This is the sharpness of the LUMARY. The GOVEE appears to be pretty sharp as well. The EUFY is definitely the softest. You can see by the edges that it's definitely softer than the other two. Probably more diffusion on the lens. Now here you can see the 3 of them are on a Christmas scene, just random colors changing. And this is just to show you how the shape on the wall does change. You can still see that it looks like the GOVEE Pro might be the one with the most contrast, the sharpest focus. And then I would say the LUMARY followed by the EUFY. The EUFY is the softest. Now that's up to you which one you think is the best look for you. And then in reality, if you were to put these on your house, would you even notice one from the other? If there were 3 houses in a row with all 3 different ones, would you really notice what the difference is? I don't know. I've never actually tried that, but I will try them on my own house. For the nighttime comparison, I stapled the lights to the edge of a 12-foot 2x4 and attached it to my soffit. So here with them all set to red, you can get a sense of the sharpness of the LUMARY cones at the very top, but it matters less further down when all the cones overlap. With them all green, you can see the LUMARY looks the brightest so far. And with them all blue, it looks as if I turned down the brightness on the EUFY, but I didn't touch it. EUFY is definitely a deeper, darker blue than the other two. Here they are set to their coolest white, and here they are set to their warmest white. Now keep in mind, EUFY mixes RGB orange with its white LED to give it that old-timey amber glow. And I couldn't figure out in the app how to turn on just the white LEDs by themselves. I will put links to all these products down in the video description below, but I want to hear from you. After seeing the details on all 3 of these, which one do you think is the best value? Let me know, leave a comment down below. And if you like this video, of course, please give it a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and I will see you in the next one. Hey there, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to be the first to know when new videos are posted. Look for HandyDadTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and visit the website HandyDad.tv for more great ideas and information.